Okay, here are the correct answers for directed reading B, Chapter 5, Section 2 on fossil fuels. Make sure as we go through that you put marks on each question, whether you got it right or wrong, and maybe write in some notes. If there's something I say that you feel is important, then write those down too. So number one, what are natural resources that humans use to generate energy called? Those are B, energy resources. Two, what is a non-renewable resource formed from the remains of plants and animals called? That's a fossil fuel. And the types of fossil fuels. What elements are all fossil fuels made of? That's carbon. All fossil fuels are made of carbon. And what does most of the carbon in fossil fuels exist as? Hydrocarbons. Which of the following is not a form of fossil fuel? Plasma. So it could be solid, it could be liquid, it could be gas. A liquid fossil fuel is petroleum. We call that oil too. 7, much of the world's energy comes from petroleum products. 40% of the world's energy comes from petroleum. Gaseous fossil fuels, what is a mixture of gaseous hydrocarbons found underground and used as fuel called? That's a natural gas. 9, what is most natural gas used for? Heating. Which of the following is an advantage to using natural gas? It causes less air pollution than oil. And 11, what is the main thing that makes up natural gas? Methane. A solid fossil fuel is coal. What is a solid fossil fuel formed from partly decomposed plant material? That's coal. One reason less coal is used today, coal causes a lot of pollution. When we burn coal, it puts a lot of smoke into the air. But we do use coal today to make electricity. 15, from what do petroleum and natural gas mostly form? C, the remains of sea organisms. 16, what are rocks that let petroleum and gas move through them called? Permeable rocks. So in class we looked at limestone, how it is kind of like a sponge for oil. So limestone would be a permeable rock. 17, brown crumbly matter used as fuel is peat. Coal that's about 70% carbon is lignite. Coal that's about 80% carbon is bituminous coal. And coal that's 90% carbon is anthracite coal. How much petroleum does the United States get from other countries? About half our petroleum we have to go to other countries to get, which causes problems because some of those countries aren't very nice countries, and we have to give them a lot of money for petroleum. When we have to transport that petroleum around the world, there could be accidents and oil spills. So it's controversial. There's a lot of consequences to buying petroleum from other countries. How do people remove petroleum and natural gas from the earth? They drill wells. What is stripping soil and rock to expose coal called? That's called surface mining. So when they kind of dig quarries, dig these giant holes in the earth looking for coal, that's called surface mining. 24, which of the following is an effect of using fossil fuels? Acid precipitation. So when there's smoke in the air and then it rains, that causes acid precipitation. Rain, sleet, or snow with lots of acids in it is acid precipitation. 26, wildlife habitats can be destroyed by surface mining for coal. 27, if a carrier sinks, environmental problems are caused by spilled oil. So if an oil tanker sinks or has a hole in it or something, that could cause all kinds of environmental problems. And 28, haze that forms when sunlight acts on burning fuels is smog.
William Breslauer, please come to the front office.
All right, so make sure you go through and correct all those problems. There should be a mark in a different color for every single problem.